Chapter 225, Special Training Plan? Zhu Tui knew very well that the situation before him was already beyond his ability to handle. He immediately called in Zhao Xoxui. No need, I've already informed Zhao Xoxui. Only then did Huang Tianba stand up. The moment she stood up, she forcefully pulled out the bone spikes that had entered Li Yuanen's chest. Blood spurted out. Li Yuanen screamed in pain and curled up into a ball. Huang was unmoved. Instead, she sneered. It's actually real. I thought it was fake. Huang first skillfully removed the joints of Li Yuanen's limbs, and then used the super fiber stretching lock to tie her up. Zhu Tui clicked his tongue as he watched. Huang Tianba's methods could only be described with one word: admiration. Zhu Tui felt that he should learn from Huang Tianba. It wouldn't be too much to use cruel methods against an enemy. That was right. At this moment, Li Yuanen had become Zhu Tui's enemy. Huang, should we search her body? Zhu Tui suggested. No need. As long as I'm here, no signal can be sent out of the Research Institute number 14 without my permission, Huang Tianba said confidently. Then I'll go tidy up. Call me when Missin comes. Zhu Tui took a deep breath and walked into the bathroom. He lowered the temperature of the water. He needed a cold shower. The anger in his body also dissipated. What happened today had shocked Zhu Tui too much. He felt that he had been cautious enough. Unexpectedly, he had fallen for Li Yuanen's trick. The consequences were terrifying. If something really happened between him and Li Yuanen today, then the initiative would be completely in Li Yuanen's hands. At that time, his future would be in Li Yuanen's hands. He believed that Li Yuanen definitely had other methods. He could roughly guess what had happened. To be honest, Zhu Tui was only a 19-year-old teenager. He did not expect Li Yuanen to trick him with the smell of perfume and take the opportunity to dig a huge hole for him. She must have planned this for a long time. It just so happened that Zhao Xoxui was not around today, so she took the opportunity to make a move. However, Li Yuanen would never have imagined that the Research Institute number 14 not only had an independent supercomputer, but this supercomputer also had advanced artificial intelligence. Not only did it have an advanced artificial intelligence, but it also had a body. To be honest, Zhu Tui had not even thought of this. Zhu Tui knew of a Huang's existence. However, he never knew that a Huang had a body. A high-level artificial intelligence with a body was actually considered a high-level artificial intelligence life form under the current definition. Moreover, from the looks of it, a Huang's body did not seem to be weak. He just did not know the exact form of the bone spike that a Huang had used to bust Li Yuanen's chest. Was it in the form of a robot or a genetic bone spike? If it was the former, it would be considered normal. However, if it was the latter, the meaning would be completely different. In the future, I have to be more careful with your surrounding sense, including the small changes in my life. Zhu Tui took note of another rule in his notebook. And Zhao Xoxui must have bought clothes. She even had two bags in her hands. The moment she returned, she came over to see Zhu Tui. Miss Anne, I'm fine. And Zhao Xoxui nodded. She did not pay any attention to Li Yuanen, who was tied up by the long-legged Huang. Instead, she put on a full set of protective gear and began to examine the perfume bottle that Li Yuanen had used to harm Zhu Tui. Half an hour later, and Zhao Xoxui heaved a sigh of relief. After testing, it's only high-purity pheromones. It only has a strong aphrodisiac effect. No other unknown substances were found. There should be no hidden dangers. Huang, did you find anything else? Nano cameras were found on the zipper of Li Yuanen's backpack, on the seams, on the hair accessories on her head, and on the necklace on her chest. When they were found, they were already in working mode, said long-legged Huang. Zhu Tui gasped again. This woman was really well prepared. If she really succeeded this time, Zhu Tui might face endless trouble. Zhu Tui, how do you think we should deal with her? And Zhao Xoxui first asked for Zhu Tui's opinion. Zhu Tui was not in a hurry to answer. If he handed Li Yuanen over, the best way would be to accuse her of stealing the confidential research results of the Research Institute number 14 and hand her over to the judiciary. However, it would be very difficult to actually do it. Vice Chairman Lu Guangqing had arranged for Li Yuanen to come over. In the end, it might be reduced to a small matter. Li Yuanen would be expelled or even imprisoned for a few years. However, to a large extent, Research Institute number 14 would send a new financial inspector. It was still very troublesome. Miss N, how long will it take for our equipment to nurture a clone of Li Yuanen with her genetic information? Zhu Tui asked. Why do you ask? And Zhao Soxui was surprised. I think the best choice is to throw this Li Yuanen into our internal incinerator and nurture a clone of her to deal with the outside world in a short period of time. We could punish her, and at the same time, the Genetic Research Institute won't send another financial inspector over. After some time later, we can arrange for an accident to happen to this clone, Zutui said. And Zhao Soxui looked at Zutun in surprise again. Li Yuanen, who was tied to a chair not far away, had already woken up. She was extremely terrified when she heard Zutui's plan. She did not even care about the pain in her chest. She struggled and kept blinking her eyes, begging in Zhao Soxui for mercy. Your plan is still not comprehensive enough. It's feasible in the short term. There are many hidden dangers in the future. You have to know that even if we throw Li Yuanen into the incinerator and create a clone to deal with the outside world, a clone is still a clone. She won't be able to deal with them for long. Once something happens, or if we can't arrange for it to be destroyed in time, we will be the ones in trouble, and Zhao Soxui said. That's true. In the long run, this plan has more hidden dangers. Zhu Tui was very sincere. He understood that Zhao Soxui was using this incident to nurture his ability to deal with urgent matters. Li Yuanen, tell me honestly, what is your goal in dealing with Zhu Tui? And Zhao Soxui suddenly interrogated Li Yuanen. Don't try to play any tricks. You know that for people like us who are involved in research, there are many unconventional methods, and Zhao Soxui added. Li Yuanen was especially shocked by the many tubes attached to her body. Vice Chairman Lu did not say it explicitly. He only hinted for me to get close to Zhu Tui and slowly control him, Li Yuanen replied. Nothing jealousy. Then, I'll report what I saw and heard at the Research Institute number 14. There's nothing else. Really? It's true. I really don't dare to lie at a time like this. Huang, a comprehensive analysis. Zhao Soxui, after combining Li Yuanen's various biological data reactions, including her heart rate, brainwaves, bioelectricity, blood flow speed, and so on, the probability of her telling the truth is 93%. If we include the current emotional impact, the probability of her telling the truth is 99%. Huang's electronic voice sounded. Let's have a chat. And Zhao Soxui suddenly moved a chair over and sat down in front of the bound Li Yuanen. She gestured for Zhu Tun and Huang to leave. Huang, what do you think we should do with Li Yuanen? Zhu Tui chatted with Huang while they waited. It depends on Zhao Soxui. Although Zhao Soxui is kind-hearted, she is definitely not soft-hearted when she does things. There shouldn't be any hidden dangers. At this point, long-legged Huang suddenly glared at Zhu Tui. You, on the other hand, are not good enough. You can't even resist such a small temptation, even though you were under the effect of the drug. But you fell for it too easily. I'll prepare special training plans for you. Choose one. To be honest, in Zhu Tui's opinion, Huang had always been a despicable dog. It felt strange that it had suddenly become a great beauty. Special training plan? Tell me about it. The first special training plan is to increase your immunity to beauty. I can give you many beautiful action movies from the internet and outside. You can watch a few a day. After a few months, the beauty's resistance will probably come into effect, Huang said. How many movies do I watch every day? Beautiful action movies? Yes. Yauk no. At this moment, Huang revealed a wretched smile that could not possibly appear on the beauty's face. Zhu Tui felt an inexplicable blow at that moment. Damn it, could a beauty do that? How could a beauty have such a disgusting expression? He felt that with Huang's performance, even without special training, his resistance to beautiful women had increased. No, I don't have the time. Besides, this is not reliable. Zhu Tui rejected her directly. The second special training plan is definitely reliable, said long-legged Huang. Shoot! After the surgery of removing your testicles, your immunity to beautiful women in the future will be permanently increased by 9,999. Huang said seriously. Zhu Tui was stunned for a moment before he immediately reacted. He kicked Huang. Get lost. In just a few minutes, Zhu Tui no longer regarded Huang as a beauty. Damn it, wasn't this castration? He even made it sound so professional. Was this considered a high-level artificial intelligence acting like a hooligan? Huang avoided him with a smile. All in all, your performance today was not bad. You have some self-control. Huang finally said something sincere. About 20 minutes later, and Zhao Soxui came out of the room with Li Yuanen. Zhu Tui, let's pretend that what happened today did not happen. In the future, Li Yuanen will continue to be the financial inspector of our research institute number 14. However, in the future, her activities would only be limited to her office. She would only be responsible for reviewing financial matters. I set up a few rules for her. Huang would be supervising her. As long as one of the rules was violated, we would activate the program and use the existing evidence, testimony, and surveillance footage to send her directly to jail. Of course, in exchange, she will communicate with us voluntarily. And Zhao Soxui winked at Zhu Tui. Some things could not be said too bluntly. However, Zhu Tui already understood. Good lord, hadn't Zhao Soxui instigated Li Yuanen to defect? Even if she did not instigate a defection, the various restrictions had minimized the impact of this financial inspector on the research institute number 14. Brilliant!